Hi, I'm actor Ian Champion, and welcome to History of Horror Cinema, my personal podcast tour of the good, bad, and the ugly of horror movie history. If you like what you hear, please don't forget to hit subscribe. Son of Ingagi, 1940. July 1940 saw the release of a rare horror film that was the first to feature an all-black cast of actors. The bad news is that the result, Son of Ingagi, is abysmal, on a level with the very worst of the later 1970s blaxploitation efforts. The title refers to a now obscure curio, Ingagi, a discredited 1930 faux documentary. Arguably the first in the found footage genre, it was essentially a faked film record of a Congo expedition, uncovering a remote tribe's rituals that included bestiality with gorillas. It was later exposed as really having been made in Los Angeles, after a cinema viewer reportedly recognized an actor playing one of the tribesmen. So stuntman Charles Gomorrah came clean with a signed affidavit confessing to having portrayed the lead gorilla. The resulting court case disputing the provenance of Ingagi didn't stop Hollywood Pictures Corporation putting Son of Ingagi into production, distributed by a company called SAC. Supply your own puns. There is no connection, however, except a tenuous link with equally unconvincing man-in-a-monkey suit shenanigans. Despite its affirmative action for African-American talent, the only groundbreaking for this film is in the soil for its own hasty burial. The director, Richard C. Kahn, was already noted for making entirely black-cast movies such as Two Gun Man from Harlem in 1938 and The Bronze Buckaroo a year later. Yet this misfire looks unavoidably like the work of amateurs. The pedestrian plot of this flimsy vehicle concerns newlyweds Eleanor and Bob Lindsay, a classy Alfred Grant partnered with a dire Daisy Bufford, whose previous credits are almost entirely uncredited, including 1939's Gone with the Wind. They decide to spend their honeymoon in their new home, but their friends gatecrash in order to hold a surprise party. Meanwhile, there is the formidable Dr. Helen Jackson at hand, Laura Bowman, a passably irascible former African missionary who firstly hires Spencer Williams' overweight bumbler Detective Nelson to change her will, and then drops the bombshell on Eleanor that her birth folks were killed by a tornado. She was in love with her father and could almost have been this winsome bride's mother. This isn't the only secret she's been harboring. Jackson also has an ex-jailbird brother, Zeno, Arthur Ray, who knows she came back with $20,000 in gold and he wants half. What he doesn't know is that she also brought back something even more startling. Ngina, Zach Williams, a mute ape man with a face coated in yak hair, leaving a mask of human features around the eyes and nose to resemble an overgrown chimp. Jackson's simulated simian is at least house-trained enough to be signaled into action by her use of a gong striker when Zeno attempts to blackmail her. A revolving painting and a sliding wall reveals this pitiable shambler, who lumbers over to frighten Zeno into fleeing. "Terror reigns when the giant of the jungles breaks loose," shrieks the poster hysterically. But even after Ngina drinks Jackson's mystery potion, he's too slow to terrify. He's also a dead loss in the later shoddy bid for comic relief, when portly Nelson makes a late-night sandwich twice in the couple's kitchen, each time having it stolen by Ngina behind his back. The performances are not helped by a leaden script of wincing clunkiness, written by the aforementioned Spencer Williams. Jesse Graves, chief of detectives, walks in on Ngina and tries his hand at tough guy talk in between pistol shots. "I see you don't like the taste of lead, do you, Jungle Man?" he swaggers, before dissolving into high-pitched girly screams as Ngina descends on him like a thrift store carpet. On seeing his boss's dead body, Nelson goes for either laughs or PTSD-inspired confusion by shouting, "Help! Police! Murder!" Wasn't he supposed to be the police? After roughly 60 minutes of tiresome stage-bound scenes that resemble a bad TV play, the newlyweds escape from their now blazing house, having imprisoned the not exactly rampaging Ngina down below in a makeshift cage. As they watch their dreams of cozy domesticity going up in flames, Bob sums up their situation. Anything's better than living in that horrible house. Further law enforcement is provided when another senior cop arrives and is told by them that Nelson was trapped in the house too. The cut to an obvious doll's house-sized model on fire makes this highly unlikely. A brave man and a brilliant detective, laments the officer, making me wonder if he has the right address. Fortunately, it turns out that Nelson managed to escape in time, a fate that could not be said for those who sit through this wasted opportunity, well-meaning though its conception may have been for black artists. Thanks for listening. If you like what you hear, please don't forget to hit subscribe.